For almost 1,000 years, Constantinople was basically the millennia of cities. This city had survived everything: barbarian invasions, civil wars, religious conflicts, entire empires rising and falling around it. The walls of Constantinople were considered nearly impossible to break. Basically, if cities had a tier list, Constantinople was S tier. But by 1453, things were looking rough. The Byzantine Empire, which had once controlled huge parts of the world, was now basically Constantinople and a few pieces of land that were hanging on for dear life. It was the historical equivalent of a company that used to be worth billions, but is now selling products out of a garage. The city was still legendary. The empire behind it, not so much. Meanwhile, the Ottoman Empire was getting stronger, and its leader, Sultan Mehmed II, looked at Constantinople and basically said, "Nice city, would be a shame if someone conquered it." Except he wasn't joking. Mehmed was only 21 years old. Most 21-year-olds are struggling to decide what to eat for dinner. This guy was trying to take over one of the most important cities on earth. But the Byzantines had one major advantage: their walls. These weren't normal walls. These were the kind of walls that made invading armies look at their career choices. The famous Theodosian walls had protected Constantinople for centuries. They survived attacks from some of the most powerful armies in history. But then Mehmed showed up with something new: a giant cannon. And this thing was ridiculous. It was so big that calling it a cannon almost feels disrespectful. It was basically a medieval tank barrel someone forgot to put wheels on. The cannon fired massive stone balls that could smash through the walls that had protected the city for 1,000 years. The Byzantines basically went, "Wait, you guys invented a wall destroyer?" And the Ottomans said, "Yeah, that's kind of the point." The siege began on April 6, 1453. The Ottomans arrived with tens of thousands of soldiers. The Byzantines had only a few thousand defenders. The odds were terrible. But somehow, the city kept surviving. The Ottomans attacked. The walls held. They fired the cannon. The walls held. They attacked again. The walls basically responded, "Is that all you've got?" Then came one of the most famous moments in the story. According to some historical accounts, during the final Ottoman attack, a small gate called the Kirkaporta was accidentally left open. Ottoman soldiers found it. And once they got inside, everything changed. Now, historians debate how important this gate actually was. The fall of Constantinople was caused by many things: the Ottoman army's size, their artillery, and the Byzantine Empire's decline. But the story became famous because of how painfully ironic it sounds. Imagine surviving 1,000 years of attacks, only to lose because someone basically forgot to lock the door. That's like having a security system worth $10,000 and then leaving a note on your front door saying, "Back in 5 minutes." On May 29, 1453, Constantinople fell. The Byzantine Empire was finished. Mehmed II entered the city and transformed it into the capital of the Ottoman Empire, and the consequences were enormous. The fall of Constantinople helped push Europe toward the Renaissance as scholars fled west carrying ancient Greek texts. It changed trade routes, it changed politics, it changed the world. But the biggest lesson from Constantinople is this: you can spend 1,000 years building the strongest defense in the world, but eventually someone shows up with a bigger weapon and ruins your entire strategy. The Byzantines built the ultimate fortress. Unfortunately for them, history got an update.